Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and you're watching a Men of War video. This is a 2v2 that I played. It's some of the same people that were in the last 2v2. They're just random people, I don't know who they are. And I'm buying some machine gun infantry right off the bat. This is the castle map. It's a neat map. There's a big castle in the middle of it, and then but there's two control points on the side of it to fight over to, so you don't have to spend your entire time fighting in a castle, which I imagine would get pretty old, because it's a pretty crazy place to assault and to defend. It's different than a lot of places in Men of War, and we'll probably see that pretty soon. Right off the bat, I split my forces. I do this quite a bit because I want to get both points, or usually what happens is I get 1 point and my men get slaughtered at the other point. We'll see if that happens. I see a big group of people, so I tell my guy to throw a grenade. I don't even know why I did that. I mean, like, there's no way that is going to work. Like, look at him. He's just running forward. He's going to get shot. My other two men are going to get shot. This is not happening. Like, I did not handle that well. What I really ought to have done was, once I saw those people sprinting into the building, I should have gotten into the blind spot of the building. There's a blind spot on the south side of that building. Should have ran there, pulled back a bit, chucked an AT grenade to blow out the side of the house, and then just shot everybody inside and thrown grenades in. That would have been complete slaughter. I wouldn't have lost one man. It would have been awesome. But instead I was an idiot, so... on the plus side, I capped the point, so he's going to have to get out of the building with at least one dude. So here's an AT gun. Dude bought it to shell me in the middle or something. I don't know. Maybe he's expecting I get a light vehicle. But that totally didn't work. I just walked behind it and executed them, execution style. So then I try and kill the AT gun. I throw in AT grenade. Of course, it just flies right over, so that totally didn't work. Then this guy shows up. He's got a machine gun. The Russians at DP-27 machine gun, so that's pretty dangerous. Not super accurate, but they put out a lot of firepower, and they'll mow down your infantry real fast. So I'm trying to kill this guy. I want his machine gun. At the very least, I want him out of the way, so I chuck a smoke grenade to distract him. Then I'm going to run around the side, but somehow he sees me, and he shoots me. So, yeah, I get shot. See how fast a machine gun will kill you? Lots of damage. My ally put that red arrow flashing there. You hover over any point on the map and hit N, and it'll highlight it for your ally, both on the mini-map and on the main map. So my opponent still hasn't capped back the right-hand side, so I buy a machine gunner of my own and stick him in that building, hoping to look over the point and see if anyone comes. And meanwhile, I'm sending a brand new squad of submachine gun men. I want to kill that machine gunner, and I decided I'm going to steal the AT gun, not destroy it, because, you know, why destroy something when you can steal it? That's my motto. And so I split my men up into 3 groups so that if the worst happens and the machine gun catches them, they won't all die. And the machine gun did catch them, but it didn't kill anybody. It hurt some people, but didn't kill anyone. And now I'm taking the machine gun and taking the AT gun, so this is looking really nice. I don't know why that guy bought an AT gun. He must have wagered that I would get a light vehicle, and of course an AT gun would be very good against a light vehicle. It just owns it. Unfortunately, my man who stole the machine gun died, and then my other man died, so that could have gone a lot better for me, but it just didn't. You know, I'm not too worried. You know, I lost a couple of submachine gun men, but I got a AT gun out of the picture. Yeah, it's really not a good idea to buy an AT gun right off the bat, because at best you'll catch the opponent with a light vehicle and blow it up. At worst, you're just going to lose an AT gun to infantry, or even to a light vehicle. If you really want to kill their light vehicle, buy your own light vehicle, because at least that'll slaughter infantry too if you run into them, whereas an AT gun's just defenseless. My opponent has taken this right-hand point, so I bought a flamethrower man. I figure a flamethrower guy, if I sneak him around the back, can just set that building on fire and kill everyone. I have my machine gunner in that building. I'm not sure if you saw that. I'm not looking at him right now, but I was wondering why he didn't defend the point for me, and it turns out he hadn't knocked out the window he was looking out of. It's kind of a long story. So I told him to get out of the building, and I'm going to use him to defend the middle along with my 4 submachine gun men. The middle is easily locked down with a machine gunner, very easily. You would be surprised how easy it is for one man with a machine gun just perched behind some sandbags to keep the entire castle safe from enemy infantry. It's pretty remarkable how the firepower that one man can have in a machine gun, not even a mounted machine gun, just something he carries around. So you see these sandbags set up. Those are going to be tough for me to take on. He's got men behind those sandbags, probably riflemen from what I saw. And it's going to be really annoying to assault those. So right now I'm just figuring I'll rely on my flamethrower man to set the building on fire, then set everything behind the sandbags on fire, because he's very good at that. Flamethrowers roast and toast people in all sorts of cover. And now I see something shelling the middle. I can't figure out what it is, and then I figure out, oh, it's a mortar. So I immediately pull back. I'm willing to let him take the middle right now because I just don't want to deal with that mortar. It's gonna rip me apart. So I'll figure out something to do with it. But right now I don't want my men dying, so I pull them out. My flamethrower dude blows up, explodes. It says explode in the upper left is what killed him, so I have no idea what killed him. Typically that means it was a mine. He ran into a mine and exploded. So I'm figuring this guy has really got the right-hand side locked down. He's got anti-personnel mines, he's got sandbags, he's got that building, and I've repositioned my stolen AT gun to shell this thing. The plan was to shell the building, but now there's sandbags, I see. So I want to shell the sandbags. There's a hill in the way, or I guess a tree in the way. I thought it was a hill at the time, but it turns out it's a tree. So I'm moving my AT gun forward so as to shell the sandbags. In retrospect, maybe I should be shelling the house first, because who really cares about the sandbags? They'll provide plenty of protection, but, whatever. Kaboom, sandbags. And I think then I realized that maybe this isn't such a fantastic idea after all. I'll just assault it with infantry anyways, and I'll use the AT gun to shell people when the AT gun sees it. And my ally pings the middle of the map saying, hey, they're taking this, as if I didn't realize that. I mean, come on, man, I'm fighting on two fronts and you haven't done jack shit except to take your point, so maybe you should cut me a break, dude. But I just say Roger working on it to let him know that I'm on top of things, because, he's not a bad person. What'd I buy? No, I didn't buy anything. I'm repositioning my stolen AT gun again, because of course there's this T-34 in the middle, so I kind of want to deal with that. And you see they cap the middle even though I have my machine gunner cowering there. If they have more infantry than you in the capture point, they will take the point. And so I point the T-34 out from my ally because he's driving his frickin' Panzer II around. That's a bad idea. Panzer II cannot hurt a T-34. Panzer II just has little dinky anti-infantry cannons on it, and it barely has any armor. It's not really a tank. And now his Panzer II is dead. He got shot by the T-34. If you look in the upper left at the death messages. I'm not sure what I'm trying to do right now. What am I? Oh, I'm throwing a grenade. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, I'm throwing a grenade to kill those people who capped the point. I kind of guessed at where they were, and I got it. So I think I'm probably capping the middle. In fact, I already capped the middle. It's mine. So we have a 2-to-1 advantage again. We have 400 points. The enemies have 20, so things are looking very nice. Very, very nice, I might say. Although you gotta be careful, because the Russians, once those T-34s start coming out, things start looking pretty bad. And so I buy a Puma, because I figure a Puma will allow me to assault this place on the right. I don't think he's got any anti-tank there. And even if he does, the Puma has a fair chance of maybe not getting killed as easily as most light vehicles. It's got good sloping front armor, so I'd say you have like a 60-70% chance of getting owned if an AT gun fires at you with a Puma versus like a 90% chance of getting owned with most light vehicles. So a Puma's, if you're fighting in the great unknown, a Puma's a nice thing to send in if you don't expect a lot of AT. But now, unfortunately, this Puma has been fired at like 4 or 5 times by this AT rifle, but he's been too stupid to shoot back, and finally the AT rifle penetrates. So this is really the downside of fighting on two fronts. While I was busy in the middle, my Puma was getting shot, and if I had been only microing that Puma, that man firing at it with his AT rifle would have been long dead, and things would have gone a lot better for me. But now I have an AT rifle to deal with. I can't afford another Puma, and I don't want any lesser light vehicle, because those will just get owned by the AT rifle. So instead I buy another flamethrower dude, because I still like the idea of setting the house on fire, and I buy some minesweepers, because I figure he ran into an anti-personnel mine before. And so I'll just sweep all the anti-personnel mines, move up, and then set the building on fire, and everything will be warm and toasty. Extremely warm and toasty. If there's any bread in the house, it'll be toast. Very briefly, it'll be toast, then it'll be charred. There's a very limited time in which toast is toast and not just burnt bread. Even if you like it really toasted. I like it really toasted. I like everything really charred, but still, there is a point where it just becomes like carbon or whatever, and you don't want to eat that. It's like eating coal. You might want to eat coal. No, you never want to eat coal. It's like eating charcoal. It's not like eating coal. Coal is like hard. Anyways, I'm sweeping for mines right now. You click on your minesweeper, you click the little gear menu in the bottom right, you click the minesweep button, and you go sweep, 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 and they'll sweep. Look at him holding his gun on the left and his minesweeper on the right. They look kind of funny. You really don't need 2 guys sweeping the same path. This is kind of what I realize in a moment. But, it's never a bad idea to be redundant. It's just it actually is a bad idea. So I'm direct controlling my flamethrower dude, checking the range. Turns out it's about 20. Um, I kind of want to set the house on fire, but I'm also kind of worried about what else is around here.